This looks like any other vehicle. It looks like a jeep, in fact, but it's not. It's not what it seems.
Well, the car was originally was made in London. It was a kit car. It was made up of the chassis of a Zephyr, the Cortina engine, and the body is a fiberglass moulding of a Jeep.
And who did this?
A guy called Tom Yendall got it together. He's runs the art and foot painting gallery in Hampshire. He's was born a thalamoid baby. He's got no arms, so he built the car so that he could drive it with his feet. He's got a brother in Albany that he came to visit. When he was in Albany, he met Maurice Locke, who since bought the car from him. And Maurice has a long history of vehicles because he was born on a farm and learned to drive a tractor. He's had cerebral palsy, so he adapted his vehicle so that he could drive. So he first got his tricycle motorized that, and then eventually got a four-wheel buggy and got license for that. So when this thing was offered to me, I thought I'd have a look at it. And it was parked in a shed on a farm out in Albany. Went out to have a look at it, and I was able to give it a test drive, and it was instantly, I could drive it instantly. It was no problem. The steering is a metal plate on the floor, just like the steering shaft has been cut, so it's just a plate on the floor that your foot fits in on a stirrup. And you can turn it with your foot, because it's power assisted steering. So it's pretty easy to drive, but I had to have all the switches adapted. That's the indicators, the hooter, the windscreen wiper and all that. We made them into buttons on the dashboard, so I could push the buttons with my knee, with my right knee, while I drove with my left leg. And you could only do a few things at the same time. So, for example, if it starts raining, I have to take my foot off the accelerator to give the button a jab, to get the windscreen wipers to go, and then put my foot back on the accelerator quickly. Just little things like that. To get around the bureaucracy and red tape of the Vehicles Standardization Act, it was registered as a motorized wheelchair, because that's what it really is. And the license to drive it is a motorbike license. So I have actually got a motorbike license. I'm allowed to drive any motorbike. I wouldn't try though. It's given me the total freedom of being able to make an appointment and go and be there without having to ask someone for a lift. I can leave when I want to and not have to wait till whoever brought me there is going to give me a lift home. And I'm able to go out on the whim, to go to the beach or just go down to the shop and get some milk or chocolate. I feel like sitting here watching the telly and I think, it'd be nice to have some chocolate. And I just get in the car and go and drive down. Well, I am probably the luckiest person in Australia to have this car, because it's the only one of its kind, and it's the only one that I can actually drive. I've got it. What Tom Yendall and Maurice Locke and myself has shown, or have proved, is that disabled people are able to drive a car quite safely, and that it is possible to adapt a car to drive. I didn't think it was possible, and it's also not out of reach money-wise. It cost me probably about another $1,000 to do the modifications, and it'll probably run for another 20 years.